This Moment is My Home, a novel by Michael Harry Anifantakis. Chapter 1. Me and Billy Hillerman were 20 years old in the summer of 1984 and had the world by the ass. It was typical that we dropped mescaline one Saturday evening in July. We sat around waiting for the signs that it was kicking in, but after a few minutes, we couldn't stand the confines of the apartment any longer. So we got into Billy's black MG and sailed into the night. Billy took Grand Central for a few miles, then got off and drove aimlessly. Before long, we started to feel it coming on, and soon we were drifting in a mescaline spell. The drug wore off, and around dawn we wound up on the North Shore and drifted up a hill to a little hamlet that was new to us, Baycliff. The place was deserted. We stopped near the broad grassy circle. We sat in a kind of daze, savoring the vaporous gray stillness. I gazed at the large old Victorian houses, curious about its history, what it might have been like 100 years ago. I got a dreamy feeling, imagining the people who had inhabited the well-preserved old houses, with their spires, cupolas, lightning rods, and widows' walks. I was thinking thoughts I would someday wish I could remember. After a while, Billy started the engine and rolled slowly forward along the cobblestone drive that fronted the park. We had barely rolled 50 feet when someone emerged from one of the houses on our right. A tall, large-boned woman in a preposterously gaudy gown of bright red satin with black lace trim, in a style so stiffly old-fashioned it had to be of the 19th century. On her head was an ornate black tiara, reaching above her long henna'd hair. She stepped directly in front of the slowly moving open convertible, forcing Billy to stop. "Hi, boys," a clear, confident voice. We said hello. She waved the fan toward the house she had come out of. "We've been expecting you. We'd be pleased to have you join us." Dumbfounded, we stared at her. She strode around to the passenger side and stood inches from me. I gaped up at her in frozen stupefaction. She was middle-aged with a wide, jowled, powdered face. In her right hand she held a black oriental fan that she waved near her imposing bosom. I stammered, "We're leaving." She brushed that aside charmingly. "Oh, we're all looking forward to meeting you. Why don't you come inside?" She gestured again toward the house, a pale blue clapboard manse with a little closed garage sticking out in front. Out of the blue, Billy had the wit to say, "When's cocktail hour?" 5 o'clock, of course," she answered without hesitation. Grinning with easy audacity, Billy said, "We'll see you then." "We'll be expecting you." Under my breath, I hissed, "Go! Go! Go!" Billy engaged the clutch, and with a wave, we moved off. I kept saying, "Go! Go!" and didn't dare look back as we sped up around the curve and down the hill. When we had put some distance behind us, we burst into excited chatter. "Wow! Holy mother-loving Christ!" Billy shrieked in glee. "What was that all about? Who was she?" "How do I know?" We shouted over each other. "She couldn't have been real. At 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning? In that outfit? Who was she talking about? Who wanted to meet us? But she was like from another century or something." I said, "Who dresses up like that at the crack of dawn, inviting two bums like us in for who knows what?" "Want to go back at cocktail hour?" he said with mischief in his eyes. "No, we're not going." "Too bad. How'd you ever even think of that?" "What?" "Cocktail hour." "I don't know. It saved us." I wish we had gone inside with her. I shivered. "Keep driving. We may not have seen the last of her." "You think?" I didn't like the hopefulness in his tone.